G'day, welcome back to another Top Cog adventure. More of a road trip today. We're in the Triton, we've got the trailer on behind us. We're heading 2 hours south to Invercargill because I went on Facebook Marketplace last night. And when I do that, they tend to buy something. It's not good. Anyway, today we're off to pick up a 1992 XR200. Sort of the original bush pig. It's a bit of a steal of a price, hopefully, if it's as good as it looks like it is. We're going to have to do a couple of wee things to it before we can do a shakedown. It needs new bit of attention on the rear brake. When you only got drums, you want both. And it needs a new side stand. I'm going to wire up an electric start. An electric start on an XR200, I hear you say? Yeah, well, about that. It's not a Honda motor. Now, here's where it gets interesting. I have a Chinese CF Moto 450 MT, and I love it. And I've got a Honda Shadow 750. Love it. So why not combine them? And get a Chinese Honda XR200. A Chinese XR200 with electric start? No. What is he on about? Well, the old XR's done its motor. The guy I'm buying it off says it's blown it. He hasn't gone into details. I don't know if it's run out of oil, dropped a valve, whatever the case may be, but it's kaput and it's in the bin. He's repowered it with a 200cc Life and XR clone motor. For those of you that know about them, you'll know they've been around for donkey's years. Life have been making that motor pretty much since Honda started making it. Not quite, but it feels that way. It was sort of the original clone motor. They've been doing them for that many years. There's actually like a go-kart racing class for them now. Parts are pretty plentiful, and they've sort of earned their place. They're not a Honda motor. They'll never be a Honda motor, but they're within sort of a horsepower. They're pretty reliable, and they're easy to get parts for. So anyway, he's repowered it with one of them, and that's where the electric start comes in. It's got the kick start like the Honda, but it's got electric in it too. He hasn't wired it up. We'll do that because it's there. We're lugging it around. May as well have it. And even though it's not particularly laborious to kick over a 200cc motor, it's pretty easy to press a button too. So anyway, we're road tripping to Invercargill. We'll check this bike out. If it's as good as the videos he sent me and what he's told me about it seems to be, we'll load it on the trailer, we'll head home and we'll start investigating what we're going to have to do with this thing. For what I'm paying for it, we're about half the price of a genuine good XR200. I think because it's got this Chinese motor in it, it's put a lot of people off buying it. It seems to be the way. A lot of people look at them and think they're junk. To be fair, I used to think the same. Had a bit of experience now with the 450 MT. I've looked into these Life and motors. Chinese stuff's pretty good now, not going to lie. It's worth the gamble. We'll give it a shot. And if all else goes wrong and it blows up, we'll have a crack at rebuilding it. Here she is, in all her glory. The Chinese, Japanese XR200. It's quite handy. It's blown back and wrapped itself around there. I'll almost pretend I meant to do that. It's basic. We'll get some new panels. Didn't need that, but anyway. We'll get some new ones of those. Get some new decals for the tank. This seat is absolutely mint. I don't know if it's been reupholstered or it's been a new seat. Give the tank a clean up. See if we can't get rid of those marks. Get some dirty old XR decals on there. We've got the electric start. It's not wired in. The guy wasn't sure how to do it. So we'll do something in regards to getting that going. We have to give her a good clean. She's been a bit of a sandbug. He admitted it's been used on the beaches, so we'll give it a good degrease, clean. There's a couple of wee things. There's a little crack in the chassis here. We'll weld that up. Put a new side stand on it there. The rear brake doesn't work. In that gap around where the wing nut is there, the thread is missing. You can just see in there now. So we're going to have to either replace that rod or re-thread it. You can get replacement ones of those. We've only got drum brakes, so we sort of need both of them. There's a horrible squeaking sound coming from it. This bolt here, a bit long. She rubs on the spring every time it goes up and down, so there's a lot of TLC to go into it. But the motor seems pretty solid. We've just got to give her a spruce up. This rim's pretty poked. Someone's done a bit of a repair job with something there. Don't know what it is, so we're going to have to try and find a new rim for it. That will probably hold up for a wee bit, but see what we can't find. Otherwise, that's her in all her glory. These will bring back a few memories for people, myself included. I think this is about fourth one of these I've owned. Third, fourth. Let's get the old girl home onto the hoist. So, got her up on the hoist. This rim is absolutely buggered. It's been patched up with some JB weld or something equally horrible at some stage. We're not going to run it. So our two options are either we replace this, the rim itself, in which case we're probably going to have to get new spokes. I'll probably replace it with an 18, 17, seem pretty hard to find. Or what we're going to try and do is pinch the rim off this old CTX here and see if it fits. Don't quite know if it will. I think there may be a few differences. There's only one way to find out. It's stripped in there. So we're going to remove this completely, and once again we'll see if we can't big borrow and steal the one off the CTX. That's a bike we're going to have to do a bit of work on, so we'll pinch some parts off it for now. So drop that out. Everything's got a nice layer of rust on this bike. Oh. So it's all firm, torque to spec, and then rusted for another 10 Newton meters. Start winding this nut through from the other side. Hopefully it pulls through all right. Sometimes they wind. There we go. It's adjusted itself. Nice. Never have I ever had an easier wheel to take off than that. Jeepers. Manufacturers, you need to go back to 1992. Remember how to do stuff. See if bike number 2 is going to put up any more of a fight. Oh, fall down. Sit down before I fall down. Not even as rusty. There we go. So the fact they're the same size means this axle's the same size. Doesn't mean it's going to be a fit, but it's better than if they weren't. The only thing we'd have to change, this has quite a small rear sprocket on it, and the sprocket holder looks a bit different, so we'd most probably have to try and find, oh, this nut's not in the best shape of its life. Nice. Yuck. It's going to take a lot of bathing in oil to get that sorted. Right. Oh yeah. Right, so there's a wee difference straight away. We'll have these moved a wee bit. Doesn't seem to be sitting quite right. There we go. Maybe. Maybe, possibly. Not the end of the world, we can just use the brakes off that. Because that fits on there pretty easy. It's pretty loose. Okay. Just one slight difference. So we're going to have to take the old brakes, everything off there. Oh, that is a grindy bearing. Yuck. See if it fits. That there is too wide. Just can we swap the spaces around? No. That would hold there. There's not a lot in it. There's really not a lot in this. But there's enough. Okay, bugger. So the CTX rim, thanks Honda, you've changed it ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. This rear brake, we're talking a matter of millimeters in difference. So we're going to have to put a new rim onto this old wheel. We wanted answers, we got answers. Just a shame they're the wrong answers. CTX 200 wheel does not fit an XR. Alrighty, unfortunately that's about all we can do today. That CTX 200 rim is just too wide, it's not going to fit. So before we muck around trying to unlace the spokes and put that rim onto that hub, I'm going to do a bit of investigative work, see if I can't find a solution, something a bit easier. Maybe able to find an XR 200 rim, but over here in New Zealand they seem to be fairly rare. Plenty of the bikes, just not a lot of the rims. So I'll see if I can't find a wheel I can either directly fit onto it or potentially a better option for lacing it in. That's all we can do for now, so if you've enjoyed this video, as normal, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on next time. Do some more work on the old bush pig.